All right, everybody. Welcome to the Push Play It Forward team call. It is July 19th, 2018. And tonight we're going to talk about Success Club, like some objections. So bring your best objection. And we're going to talk a little bit about recruiting. But the first thing I wanted to start off with is like a couple of shout outs. And I have to give my first shout out to none other than the Lindsay Magno, because she just became an all-star. And that's really cool because this whole call is about Success Club, and that means that she's hit Success Club every single month for 12 months in a row. I've never even done that. So I'm just going to be honest. So congratulations, Lindsay. She's been trying to do this. And she gets a lot of perks. So she's going to be able to like sign up for things quickly. She's making more money than people because she's doing this. It's a big deal. So congrats, Lindsay. Yay.
Thanks, girl.
Yay, good job.
Now Legend is the next one. So you guys know All-Star is a year. And then anything after that is you're considered a legend. So if she does it a second year, she'd be like a Success Club 5 or 10 legend. And that just really gets you a lot of perks within Beachbody. Hi, Katie.
Gotta love us some perks.
Mm-hmm. Like you get to sign up for things first. You get invited to parties. You get invited into test groups. So like you might be invited into test groups now, Lindsay, which is awesome. Yeah. Like do like special surveys, stuff like that. And then I also want to give a shout out to Katie Wells because she like hit Emerald in like 5 days. And she's already at Success Club 12 and she's like just come back. And I know that a lot of you guys are probably like, whoa, but like Katie obviously had a ton of experience, but I don't know. Sometimes it's not easy to do that when you come back. So I just want to give her a shout out. And then I wanted to ask you guys if anybody else has any shout outs to give, like for yourself or anybody on your team or like a challenger. Anybody? I mean to put you on the spot. Go, James.
I'm going to give a shout out to Mandy because she's already beat her best for the month. So
Ooh.
Exciting for her. I know she's probably not on the, I don't think I saw her, but that's my shout out to her. So
Yay. And she'll see this. That's awesome. So what is she at? 4, 6, 5, something? Cool.
yeah, she was at 4 last time I checked, but she's so close. She's talking about, signing up a coach and some other stuff. So it's just exciting.
It's super exciting, and it's more exciting because now, did you guys read this sex trafficking thing? Sounds like a negative connotation, but if you haven't checked out what Carl posted, anything towards Beat Your Best is going towards that foundation, which is like a huge deal. I used to live in Georgia, and you wouldn't believe how much it was talked about. That's the #1 place for sex trafficking in America. It's disgusting. I don't even want to get into it, but it's sad and it's scary, and I'm glad that our company is trying to do something about it. Anybody else have a shout out?
Jamie for going in and doing insanity certification to be an instructor. That's awesome.
I haven't done it yet. It's next Saturday, but I'm looking forward to it.
That is so exciting.
Yay. I'm like nervous for you and excited. Not nervous, but excited. And like, that's like a big deal, dude. That's awesome.
Amy, are you gonna like start teaching it at like a local gym, or what are you gonna do with your certification?
Yeah, that's kind of my plan is to check out there's a fitness center here. So there is somebody that does PIO there currently. So I'm going to look into that, but then otherwise I kind of just want to make my own schedule and find things that are open and yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but that's my plan.
The next Danielle Natoni, y'all.
Yeah. I was bummed. I wanted to sign up for hers and I waited too long and hers was sold out, so.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm excited. Can't wait to go to your classes. We're all going to be like, Jamie, coming. Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. All right, I'll get to it. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you can see it and all my icons. I have a million. Don't judge me. Okay. So I'm going to go into present mode, and then you might be able to see a couple things. And then, of course, you guys, if you have any questions or anything, give me a shout. All right. So like I said, if you missed the beginning of the call, like I presented this on a call for another team. And I think the coolest part is a lot of you know this stuff, but sometimes it helps like hear it again. Because even for that seasoned team, I think they learned a lot. And then I went and did some other research on the side that some of you may not even know. So this will be good for anybody that's a seasoned or veteran or like new coach. So feel free to share this. And if you're watching this at a later date, I hope this helps you. So why is it important or a must to qualify for Success Club every single month? Well, duh. The facts is that coaches who hit Success Club every single month saw their paychecks increase by an average of 135% compared to coaches who didn't. And that's an average. But like over a year span, like why wouldn't you want to give yourself 135% raise, right? The biggest thing about hitting Success Club is that it's really something that's just a guideline for us guys. So like, obviously we work with a company who wants to create something that's going to ultimately not only get us points to earn back for ourselves and like get recognition, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but also give people the best value. So the definition of a Success Club is basically a point earning system that rewards coaches for activities designed to grow their business. So if you're hitting Success Club, you're going to be growing your business, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. So sometimes, I know I've done this in the past, where like you just want to get a sale of something else and you're like, oh, that's fine, and you settle. Think again. You know, you get 2 points for Home D Shakeology, and this is the best way for them to purchase Shakeology because it saves them $10 in shipping, no matter where they are. I think it's even more in Canada. I think it's like 12. And then you get 2 points for a challenge pack with any, it's a program with any Shakeology. And that comes with 30 days of free streaming and meal planning, as well as like a month of Shakeology. And they can cancel or skip at any time. And I always tell people that in conversation. So if you're not, I would definitely make sure you're doing that, because people can just do it online really quick. And then the bundles basically is just a savings for the customer, guys. I'm going to get a little bit more into how I phrase that at the end of this call, and then we can talk about objections towards that, and hopefully we can get somewhere and have like a good discussion around it. Just make sure you put in a 2-week reminder for them. They should be getting an email from Beachbody, but I mark my calendar when people order something from me, and then I always let them know that like when their home jerk's coming, try to shoot them a line and just say like, hey, just so you know, your Shakeology is coming again. Are you interested in saying, keeping it? And they usually say yes or no and why. And that's a really great opener to talk about the discount opportunity if they say they can't afford it. So it's easy to get points when you remember this. Getting Success Club points is actually getting your customers the best deal. So lead with that. Getting them the most savings also gets you points. So it's the win-win, guys. This is easy stuff. So what are some of the benefits of it? Some people don't even know this, but there's something called a customer lead program. And this is really, there's also a Shakeology lead program. And this is for people that have hit Success Club the month prior and they're Emerald coaches, which a lot of you are. So your first goal is always going to be to hit Emerald. But you can get up to 10 customers in a freaking month. I've actually gotten 10 customers before, and like I thought I was going to keep getting more, but that's the max they do. And this is one where I could find like 9 of them, but this is a huge deal. Also, like I was going to say something else about the customer lead program. Oh, I forgot. I'll get back to my train of thought there, but you're getting monthly Success Club gifts. You get rewards. You can get stuff like free seminars, with Rachel, or trinkets and fun stuff. But mostly like now the Success Club is, don't think that just because there's standardized gifts now, if you don't know that, you can search in the back office basically for a certain amount of Success Club points. We're getting like hats, shirts, and duffel bags. And so that is It's not going to be like the bobbleheads and the goofy stuff anymore, but that doesn't mean it's still not growing your business or moving your business forward. If that's something that you strive off of, know that you're getting a ton of other things in return. So you're also getting recognition. Not only getting recognition from your coach, hopefully, or someone on your team, but you're getting recognition within Beachbody. Like I said, like we just shouted out Lindsay in the beginning of the call because she's continuously hitting it. You know, she's going to get recognized for that. Not only are you getting recognized from just Beachbody and like your peers, but also like the better half of the team. Like someone is always going to notice when you're hitting Success Club, including like the people that you're helping. I noticed that a lot of times I later get recognized by a customer who will be like, wow, thank you for letting me sign up like this, or thank you for helping me out this way. Really, really helps. And then the best part for me, because I'm a Sapphire, is exotic trips and vacations. So every time that you have a Success Club point or 2, or even up to 10, you're earning dollars towards trips. And you can actually, the last call I was on, the coach on that call was like, I already earned $1,800 towards trip. And I was like, wow, like that is her main focus every single freaking month. I think I fell short like $100 the last 2 months, but like, or the last 2 quarters, but I'm still earning dollars towards my trip. And eventually like I could make that back. So guys, we work in a business that offers us recognitions, giving us free prizes. We can earn trips towards, earn dollars towards trips. There is really nothing better than that. This isn't like, we're starting a business for $40 and we're getting all of this in return. So just remember that like when you're scared to ask someone if they want to order the best thing possible, that not only are you doing them a really great thing, but you're also getting something in return. So I think that the biggest thing when it comes to Success Club, and we don't mean to make it all about that, like you're not a failure if you don't hit it. I think that was something that I even had to overcome as a coach, because there was been times where I haven't hit Success Club, and I never let it get me down ever, because it's just not something that I really worried about, because I'm a pearl and I just like to help people. But if you are stuck in a place where you are not hitting it, you need to figure out what it is out of this business that you really, really want. Like, what is it that you want from this business? Do you want to hit Success Club 5 every single month because moving your business forward means that you make 135% more on each one of your paychecks? Is it that you want to be recognized by your peers? What is that feeling? It's kind of like when we hit a fitness goal feeling. Like, what is that like size you want to hit, and what is that need or want that you really have, and hang on to that. Because I don't know what gem you are, but I know that something drives you, and you have to figure out what that is. And then once you figure out what it is that you want, then you must make it intentional to get there. A lot of people just get frustrated. They're just having conversations and things aren't going well, and then they're pissed because they don't hit Success Club. But like, you really have to decide that you want to hit it and then go after it. It has to be a non-negotiable. It has to be like, I'm going to work out no matter what every single day, just like you did an 80-day obsession or a fitness program, and you don't stop no matter what. And trust me, when you make it a no matter what and you figure out that that's what you really want, you will not be stopped, because all of you are super freaking powerful. And I'm sorry that you can hear my kid. So I think a lot of people do this. They really figure out like what they're doing wrong, and they beat themselves up. But what have you figured out what's preventing you from hitting it? So it could be something like you being inconsistent. Could be that you're afraid to invite. Could be that you're afraid to post. It could be that you ran out of your warm market. Hold on, guys. I need to figure out how to do this, because, I guess it's better now. Maybe you ran out of your warm market, or you think you have. Maybe you don't do personal development and it's that. Or maybe you just don't know what Success Club is or why it's important. Hopefully, after watching this call, you would say that you do now. But what is preventing you from actually doing it. Have you thought about that? And then the question is, what are you going to do about it? Because really, you are in control of all of these things. You're in control of being inconsistent. You're in control of your fear to invite. You are in control of the fact that you aren't posting enough or, inviting to the opportunity enough through post. You're in control of the fact that you ran out of your warm market, meaning you can add more people to your network. You're in control of the fact that you don't do personal development. And you're definitely in control if you don't know what Success Club is. So sometimes everybody wants to make an excuse that they can't hit Success Club because they can't do A, B, and C, but you are literally in control of all of that. And a lot of it is just fears. And these fears stem from insecurities. Like you're insecure about the way you talk about the business, or maybe you're insecure about, I don't know what it is. You have to figure that out. Maybe you have limiting beliefs that you can't help someone. Again, you're in control of that. And what I can honestly say to you is that we at Coach Summit did a really great thing by going to a presentation from a girl named, oh my God, I can't remember her, but she was talking about how it is our responsibility and that it is most certainly our job to change people's lives. Like it's as simple as that. What we do for a living is, how you go to a job and your boss tells you, I need you to do A, B, and C every day. As a coach, your job is to help people get put on the right foot. So our job is to get people set up for success. And if we are not doing that, we are not really being responsible. We're almost being selfish by just holding it in. Like if you're just setting someone up and you're like, oh, I'm just going to get them a 3-month, beach buddy on demand, and then I'm just going to see how it goes, and then you forget about them and you don't talk to them anymore. It's almost being a little bit selfish. And I know that sometimes that's hard to hear, but like it's your responsibility to deliver somebody the best of the best. So make that your job. Guys, we're in the business of sharing and whatever, but at the end of the day, we're also like directly selling a product. And I don't mean to call us salespeople, but people buy into our product because it works. Why would we not be giving them the best of the product? Do you know what I'm saying? So you started this because you want to help people, right? So let's get clear on it. It's our job to do that. At the end of the day, this is my favorite line and something I need to remind myself all the time. This isn't about you. This isn't about your insecurities, your fears, your, success. It's about them. It's about getting them to the right place. So if you are not doing a great job of consulting, that's something that you're in control of. But it's really not about how you go about things. It's about what they need and what they want. And one of the things that I will tell you is that consulting questions was something that, thank God, I feel like we learned from the best of the best, which is Lindsay Gray, because she was in the hairdresser business, not a hairdresser, stylist. And those people, think about when you sit in the chair. I was just getting my hair done today with my nieces. They ask you so many questions, you guys. So the fact that we come from somebody who makes consulting such a big part of what we do, we shouldn't be talking these people's ears off. We should be literally asking them questions until we can find out why nothing worked for them in the past, what their insecurities are and their fears, and we should be helping them through it by providing them a solution. Remember, this isn't about you. It's about them. So I started this saying not too long ago because a girlfriend of mine was like, ABC Chicago, and she was going on vacation. I thought that was hilarious. So I'm going to say on this call, ABC to limiting beliefs. And that means whatever's holding you back from telling somebody that the challenge pack and hitting Success Club is the best thing. Because you have to decide, again, it's no matter what for you. If this is what you want, figuring out what you want, if you want to be successful in this business and grow your business and make more money, then it has to be a no matter what for you. Get yourself a consistent monthly schedule. And what I mean by that is I think a lot of people think consistency means like you have to do the vital behaviors the same way every single day. Sometimes that's just not humanly possible. But a consistent monthly schedule where you're running a challenge group every month and a free clean eating group and a sneak peek every month, that's going to make you successful because you always have something to be inviting to. So consistency can mean a lot of different things. And I think sometimes we beat ourselves up with the consistency thing. Make sure you're just running a group every month with someone, by yourself. I don't recommend always, but like, make sure you're doing that. And then also, like, if you're not great at Success Club, one of the best ways that I learned how to do it, I had a coach was like, I don't know how to hit Success Club. Do you want to know what I did? I went on Google and I watched a bunch of videos and I'm like, I know I'm doing it, but I don't know necessarily how I'm doing it. Try teaching it to someone else. Use your mom, use your husband, your wife, whoever it is, and teach them how to hit Success Club. And I guarantee you will learn something along the way because you know what it takes sometimes, but unless you break it down and teach it to someone else is when you realize that like there's so many more elements to it and that it's actually easy to teach someone, but you just end up learning. I'm like that anyways. Speak your customer's language. This is a really big one. A lot of you do a great job at this, and it's something we don't talk about a lot, but people don't know what challenge packs are. People don't know what T25 is or Lift 4, and try not to use our lingo so much. So this is what I always say to people. After I do consulting questions, and I'm going to get into objections as soon as I finish the slide and we can go from there. But like, I will ask a ton of questions to a customer, and I know that a lot of you do this too, but I form them and then I do everything that I can to know where they're coming from. And I always say, okay, based off of what you just told me, meaning like based off the fact that you want to lose 10 pounds, I want to offer you the best recommendation to help you get there. And what that is on my end is fitness plus nutrition, where you get a meal plan and drink a shake, plus 24-hour accountability and support virtually is going to get you the best results. So I'm really explaining a challenge pack, but I'm explaining it in a customer's language instead of just saying like, oh, I'm going to get you a bundle and I'm going to get you a challenge pack. Like if you break it down for people like that, where they can see everything that they're getting, they're going to start thinking about the gym. Okay, yeah, I get gym. All right, no, I don't get the nutrition plan. I can't go there 24 hours. I don't have that. I don't know that I'm getting the best results. When you type that out to somebody or you would say it to them, trust me, they're going to compare it to what they're already doing now. And then offer that solution confidently. Always confidently. Like, I have a recommendation for you that I think is going to fix A, B, and C, the thing that you're struggling with. And I know it's going to get you the best results. And then how do you know? Because you have a million stories to share, including your own, you guys. So don't ever doubt that you have something to offer people. I know that I want to go over this at the end because I feel like everybody can still hit it, but is there any like objection that you guys are getting that you want to talk through, or anything you guys want to have to add so far from what I've gone over?
I have an objection that I've been getting a lot. And I've tried to not look at it as an objection, but I've had a lot of challengers say, I just love my Whole30. I just love my keto. Or, you know, I had success with the containers, but I lose weight faster with the keto diet. And, you know, at first it's really hard to not like come and be 100%. Oh, well, you're not giving it enough chance because, in all honesty, for some people, the keto diet, they may lose more weight faster that way. And so just being careful not to bash or not to like tear down what might work better for somebody else. But I have had a lot of objections because of those other programs and those other kind of like fad diets that are always out there, are always popping up. There's always something new. And so, well, even though we know that Portion Fix and 2B Mindset, they work, they're not as maybe necessarily as widely lose it quick type programs. And so it could be hard for a lot of people. So I have been struggling a little bit to talk to people who, you know, might be, I want to try the keto because my sister lost 30 pounds on it.
Cool. I mean, I get that probably 3 times a day, so I can definitely speak to that. Anybody else have that? I think it's keto too, Lindsay.
Is it keto? It's not the keto diet, the keto diet. I can't pronounce things to save my life.
It's cool. Nobody, I can't either. It's all good. I'm pretty sure it is because it's called ketogenic, so it comes from that term.
I thought it was ketogenic.
Maybe it is. Am I wrong? It doesn't matter.
That's my accent.
Well, as long as you didn't say it to a customer, they don't care. It's a shit.
I typed it. We're good.
Exactly.
I just want to know, like, what, because I have had, like, one of my new coaches, she has never done the portion fix, but she's lost 60 pounds of Weight Watchers, and she's on her second round of 80-day obsession, and she did Weight Watchers while doing 80-day obsession and still had amazing results. So it's hard because I know that some of these other programs work. What it all comes back to for me and what I say to them is, well, is that a lifestyle you can maintain?
That's good.
Because most of them will say, oh, well, I just need to stop eating bread. And I'm like, I'm going to go hit my head against a wall. You don't have to stop eating bread. But it's hard when some of these other programs, they do have sometimes faster results, I guess I would say. And it's kind of hard to argue with the results. But at the same time, I almost want them to be, I almost want to be like, you know, give it a try. A month after you stop doing it, I'll talk to you then because you're going to gain the weight back. But of course you can't say it to them. So I'm not very good with etiquette when it comes to telling people that their thing is stupid.
Well, your responsibility is not to tell anybody anything stupid. Your responsibility always as a coach is to encourage people and support them in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And strongly offer a recommendation based off of like what we just said. Like, this is what I know what works. So like when people tell me that, it's like the same thing as when they drink a shake. It's the same thing when they are doing whatever they think is doing is right. I still invite them the way that I would invite anybody else. And I don't even bring it up. I say, oh, that's great. You know what? I don't even know what that's like. But what I do know is that this program is, if they have dietary restriction, that's a completely different thing. But if they have this basically what I do has provided this many people these results, or myself these results. Like, that's all you can do. You're sharing your story and what works for people. Ketogenic, by the way, you guys, is literally something that's medically used for like diabetics and people that have like severe health problems. And then it was adopted by a bunch of people because it's low carb. So it's actually terrible for your body. If you really look into it, it's not terrible for you, but it's not, like Lindsay said, something that can be sustainable for long term. So I think you saying that, Lindsay, like saying like, I'm not good at this, well, that's one right there. That's a limiting belief that you need to just get out of your head, because you have to just figure out a way that you are good at it. And by that, you, like, if you keep looking at all your conversations saying like, oh my God, I'm not good at like having this discussion, you just support them in what they're doing. And then you offer them the solution that worked for you best. And if they take it, great. If they don't, oh well. Like, that's another thing, you know? And I mean, it's not that I'm not willing to work with people who do that. I will still put them in a challenge group anyways. And you're not failing if they decide to do the keto lifestyle and still like only get Beachbody on demand, because eventually they might get a challenge pack. But the whole point of this is to always just offer that and say that it's going to give you the best results. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does anyone else deal with that and have like someone other way they're handling it? Okay. Probably. I mean, let us know like how it goes too, because I think this is not a bad discussion to have. And I think it's like super popular. But like the fad diets are always going to come and go, and it's just one of those things. Like, if you're not sure about keto or you're not sure about anything else out there, there's a really good video that Amanda Hoover made about every single fad diet that's out there and what the results could provide, and people that have even done it within Beachbody that like don't have the same results. So like, we have resources out there that can still make you confidently offer somebody a solution. And say they only say they don't want to do Shakeology because there's a dietary restriction. It's not the end all be all, guys. Obviously, every case is so different. But I just don't want you guys to think that you're stuck because people say no because they decide to do Whole30 or ketogenic. Like, just support them. And then eventually they're going to get sick of that and be like, oh, I can eat pizza if they can. So that's the way I look at it. That's great. I like that objection. Anybody else have any like recent ones?
I've had a couple people recently say that they have tried Shakeology before and hate it. Like one girl's like, oh, I have like 5 bags at home right now and I can't wolf it down. And another girl said, I've tried it before, I just don't like it at all. And I've like tried to continue on with the conversation, like, well, have you like, when you got it, did you have a coach? Were you offered different recipes to try? Like, have you tried to drink it on a daily basis to actually feel the results from it? Because, I mean, I'll be honest, when I first tried it, like the texture was a little different than anything I had before. I didn't necessarily love it at first.
Yeah.
But I didn't seem to really be able to get too far with them on that.
Got
Any
it.
suggestions?
I have a couple. I always say this. I always say, I tried something 3 times before I say I hate it. How many times have you tried it? Because a lot of people just try it once and they don't like it because they don't like the way they made it. And then they throw it away. So that's kind of on them. And like another thing, I've had somebody tell me, like, they're sitting on that much Shakeology and I give them a price tag. I'm like, wow, you know, your cabinet is worth another $400 right now. And they're like, what? And it's like, yeah, you know, you're like sitting there on all this money that you've spent, and not that's, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm like, I'll take it. Or like I've said something like that, like I could get that off your hands. I have so many people that would love to buy it off of you and need it right now. So you're almost creating like that FOMO effect. I've offered to come to people's houses and make it because I'm like over the top like that. And offering recipes, I think, is a great thing. I mean, there's only so much you can do, though. It's kind of like that thing, especially with like, now that I'm thinking about Lindsay's, is like sometimes we talk to these people and we get frustrated because we get stuck. But like, it's people that we're talking to are just not ready sometimes. Like they love the idea, but they're not ready to commit 100%. And until they're ready to commit 100%, we could talk to them about the benefits of fitness, nutrition, 24-hour accountability and support, but we're just going to be beating a dead horse. So sometimes you just have to move on and be okay with that. Like, give the best solutions you can, and then just know that you did the best, and kind of like give yourself a pat on the back, and then just kind of move forward. Because I guarantee you they're going to keep watching you. And then you could even post a great recipe and then you're going to get 100 comments on it because everyone's going to be like, that chocolate cookie, whatever you made sounds amazing. That's kind of what I would do. Anybody else have anything that they would do? Because my ways aren't the right ways, guys. Always, you're going to do something else that I might be better than me. I just want you to know that.
Missy, I also would ask what they ordered, like what flavor they ordered, because I personally think vegan tastes better than the regular. So just knowing what they did order, so you can kind of be knowledgeable on how you respond next. Because if they didn't try vegan, you might want to suggest that one instead. I don't know. Just something I always ask what they did try.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree. I prefer the vegan too, but I didn't even think to ask what kind they had.
Yeah, that's awesome. I always say vegan's like easier on my stomach too. I think it's because my coach said it to me that way. Because sometimes people don't know they have like intolerances to like meat products or dairy, and not that there's a ton of it in there, but that's a really good point, Jamie. So I always say like it's easier on my stomach. And I also say that regular chocolate, it tastes more like milk chocolate, and vegan tastes more like dark chocolate. Sometimes I feel like it's that, and sometimes I don't. But if you guys ever want to give a comparison, sometimes that's good too. Or if it doesn't taste like that to you, don't worry about that tip. But I've noticed that people are like, "Ooh, okay, I'll get this or that." That's a good one. I have some ideas on how to host an entire call about objections. And like, it's all starting with the fact that like, if you're getting a lot of objections, eventually it just means that you're going to get really good at it. So if you're not getting any objections, or you stopped because you were getting similar objections, that means that you're feeling really defeated and you're not working through that defeat right now. Because the only reason, guys, I used to be so scared of hearing no. I can't even tell you. I hated it. I've never liked people telling no to me. I'm not good at saying no to people. And so one of those things you have to understand is that every single coach gets objections. And you're not doing anything wrong or saying anything wrong. You're just learning how to navigate through conversations better the more you say no. So don't let that discourage you if you are getting them, or if you feel like you're at that point in your business where you're just like, oh, I can't get through the objections. It's just very common. Melanie Mitchell probably gets more than anybody, but that's because she's talking to more people. So the more you talk to people, the better you're going to get at them.
I feel like it's hard for me because I'm getting a lot of people lately who they can't really communicate what their objection is, if that makes sense. Like you ask them, is it price? And they're like, no, they can't quite pinpoint it. So they're not ready, which some of them, they are not ready because then they end up coming back. Like I've got 2 people who kind of never given me a reason why, even talking them through it before, that are kind of circling back this month. But a lot of people just don't even know how to start the conversation, even when you try to it's hard to engage the conversation when they don't really give anything back. Not necessarily ghosting out on it. It's just like, they don't know the reason. If that makes sense.
Kind of. Is it because of the questions that you're asking, or you're like stumping them maybe? Not that you're.
No, just, you go through the form, but then once you start talking about, and a lot of them, I think it's just the fear of going there, the fear of failure.
Yeah.
And they don't want to open up that, piece. But as soon as you start to talk about some of their goals, they have no idea. They just kind of are like, I'm not really sure what my goals are. My goals are to lose weight. And you're like, okay, well, I don't really have anything after that.
Got it. Well, I'm going to share a list of consulting questions, because sometimes that could just be the way that you're asking people and they're not receiving it well, because if I notice that somebody doesn't say anything, I try to rephrase it. So I'll say, because if I ask somebody their fitness goals, I get ghosted every time. I'm like, hey, what are your fitness goals? They're like, get out of my face. Because those are that's not my crowd. No one would say that to me. So the way I'll say it is I see that you're interested in what I'm doing. What makes you interested? And then typically they'll say I would want to tone up and I want to lose some weight. And I'm like, okay, great. How much weight are we talking? And then they'll say that, and that's not going to help them get to the goal. So then I'll say, if you could fit in an ideal size of dress or pants, what would that be? So you almost have to pull teeth with people to really understand how, what they want, because then you always have that. So if they ghost you, then all of a sudden you can come back to them in a month and say hey, I was just thinking about you and that size 6 that you're dreaming about. I have another group coming up. Are you ready to join me yet? But I don't know if you're doing that, Jen. I'm just giving examples in case somebody else hasn't thought of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I try to follow up with those people every weeks or every month. And like I said, a couple of them have kind of come back. It just seems like that objection kind of went away, where people couldn't really define what it is for themselves. And now all of a sudden it's restarting for them. It's very weird. All right.
Yeah. It's also a weird time of year to commit for people, but I don't want to let anybody on this call think that that's not a reason to hit Success Club, because there's a million other fish that want to out there. So, that's all you can do. It sounds like you're doing all the right things, and that sometimes you just have to let them come around when they're ready. It's such a numbers game. 1 out of 10 people you talk to is going to be halfway ready. 1 out of 20 is going to be like, I'm in. So it's really just a numbers game. I think, anyways. I don't know if that ratio is like right, but I just am giving you guys like an estimate.
Seems right.
I think so. Something like that. What else? Anybody have anything else? What time is it? Okay. All right. So these are some of my tips that if you're trying to hit Success Club at the end of the month, like now, and of course, all of us, I would challenge all of us to just try to do that. But the first thing is definitely going to be mindset. So, going into it and just doing like the no matter what, but not only that, like I'm really going to help people change their lives. I know that this girl could benefit from me, and I'm going to meet up with her for coffee. I'm going to get her on the phone. I'm going to voice message her, because sometimes we sit behind our screens, guys. And if you can really go into it with that mindset that you're going to change so-and-so's life, or that you're really going to achieve the goal that you're set out to hit because it's going to create XYZ for you, that's your first mission of trying to hit Success Club. Follow-ups. Go back to 2014 in your inbox and your follow-up list and just start following up. Literally just being like, hey, how are you? I have something going on right now and I'm trying to get back in shape because of A, B, and C. Share your goal with them and be like, I'm looking for some people to do this with me. Are you interested? What's the worst they could say? No. Okay, move on. Follow the fuck up. Sorry, pardon my language. Follow. The fortune is the follow-up. It's the best. And you wouldn't believe how many people that you haven't talked to in forever are still watching you and like thinking to themselves, how am I going to do this? Can I do this? And they're just waiting for you to reach out to them. Incentives are a really great thing. It can be something as small as like packets of Shakeology. You could do like headbands. You guys could do gift cards, like $10 gift cards to Starbucks or to Target, $5. People love incentives. Referrals are another great thing. So this is something that Carl shared with us, like I think on a call. And Carl always says this. He's always like, have you ever talking to someone about a business opportunity or Success Club, or a challenge pack, and they say no? You know what the best thing you can do is? Ask them if they have a friend that know of a friend or family member that this could benefit from. Like, so say you're talking to Susan and Susan's like, no, I'm not really interested in a challenge pack. And you just say to Susan, all right, Susan, I totally understand. Do you know of anybody in your life that you think might be able to benefit from what we were just talking about? You would be surprised how many people say yes. I did that for like 2 months once, and I like hit a bunch of numbers that I never thought I could. Another thing is write an email to all your people. Say, I'm asking you guys to bring a friend with you and I'll send you a free little gift. Or, I'm looking to make our team bigger. If they love you, they're going to jump on board and get more people to do this with them, especially if they have results. Ask for referrals, guys. It's not hard. This is another really good one, is just posting your why and making sure it's like really deep. Like you're hitting to the chord and almost like the depressed state of mind. I'm not saying everybody was depressed before they found Beachbody, trust me. But I mean, we're all in a mental place that like was nothing like we are now. We're not always perfect, but where were you before you started Beachbody? Mentally, physically, financially. And get really deep and make a post about it and then do a call to action at the end. I'm looking for 5 people that want to get out of their current mindset with me and start working towards some serious goals or getting fit together. Is that person you? So these are just some things that I know really work. They've worked for tons of people. They've worked for me. And, it's just possible as long as you have that mindset around it. All right. Who's up for trying to hit Success Club that's not there yet? I'm going for 20 because that's beating my best. So I'm scared, but I'm going to do it. See, I'm literally like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to do it. I don't have a choice. So you're with me? Awesome. All right. Anybody have any questions or anything? Okay. You guys are
Hey,
still
Carly,
listening? Yeah.
one thing I was thinking about too, you actually also get Success Club points if you sell a home direct order of 90 PV or more. So I'm at a 10 this month right now, and that is because I have 2 or 3 people that they're current customers of mine already, but I signed them up for Lift 4, and I had like 4 people last month, and when I signed them up for Lift 4, they already had Shakeology Home Direct, but we got them signed up with a Performance Stack Home Direct, and there are bundles. So remember that, guys, if you have current customers, anytime we have a new program launch, they're going to do the same thing when the new program with Shanti launches. What is that? The Transform 20 launches in January. They always have all these new bundles come out, okay? So people are going to have to do the early access unlock. Well, instead of just talking to them and saying, hey, you know, it's $40 to unlock this early access. You know, it's cool. I'm going to make $10 on that because they already have Shakeology and they already have on demand. Address it like, hey, well, you're getting it. It's going to cost you $40. Spend $90 more, and you know, you get a Performance Stack. You get Energize and Recover. If you haven't tried those, you're going to need them. Sorry, you're going to need them for this program. They're incredible, and you save like $50. You save like $50 if you order them right now. Some people are like, no, I'm good. A lot of people, again, for some people, it's a numbers game. So they're like, oh, I can save $50. I know I'm going to do the program anyways. It's a good way to try it. But just like Shakeology, it has to be on Home Direct and it has to be 90 PV. So the Performance Stack with the Shakeology, with the Energize and Recover, that counts. So program launches, and even when it's not a program launch, anytime they start a Performance Stack Home Direct order, you get 2 Success Club points for it. So those are huge. So just keep those in mind when new launches happen.
Yay. No, that's awesome. Thank you, Lindsay. And that's so true. And I love that they have that now.
Mm-hmm.
Even that they did that for us for 80-day obsession, like even us just ordered. That's genius. Good call. Awesome. Hi, Henry. He's looked at me. That's so cute. Okay, cool. Anybody else got anything about Success Club? You guys excited? We could do it. I think it's just one of those things. Don't be in your own mental rut. That's all it is. Break through. You're in control, man.
I have one more thing that I just thought about that I told my coaches in our meeting last week.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged, you guys. I know it's hard when you see some of these top coaches who look like they'll say things like, oh, I've been coaching for 3 years and I'm a top 10 coach, whatever. Everybody's success happens at different stages. And what I will say is I've been coaching for 2 years. 90% of the people that I sign up month to month now are people that have been following me for 2 years. So I've had 3 new girls sign up this month, and they're like, okay, I've been watching your posts for 2 years. All 3 of them literally said that. And they're like, I'm currently at a place where I want your help. And they've seen that I have been consistent. They've seen that I've had transformations myself. They see that I post those other transformations. But 90% of people 99% of people when I first talked to them 2 years ago ghosted me or said no. And it took 6, 7, 8 months for me to consistently start hitting Success Club. And then it was still kind of sporadic. But most people, and I have to tell my husband this because he is a very much, I've been coaching for 5 months. I'm like, that's not very long. It is not very long, babe. You're not going to. I'm sorry. You need to just simmer. Anyways, so I guess I would just be patient. Be patient and be consistent. Consistent and patient. And those are like the 2 things that I have to remind myself every day and that I'm trying to run my business on. Knowing that people are watching and that they may not always be commenting, liking, and all that stuff, but you're going to get to a point where people are going to be at a place where they need something and they need your help, and they're going to say, Missy's always posting. She has great transformations. I'm going to shoot her a message. But you know what? Just keep putting it out there because, you know, somebody that's posting something and has only been posting for 3 weeks, people aren't going to flock to you even if it's the best transformation photo on the planet. So just be consistent, and you're going to get to a point where most of your Success Club points, or a lot of the time, are people that you've reached out to, or that have been following you. So it's all in the follow-up, and it's all in just being consistent. But that's all I have. I'm sorry, I'm reading myself.
No, that's awesome. Thank you. I love it. Thanks, Linz. Okay, cool. I'm going to go through this one really quick because I know that we're reaching our hour limit here, but this is important, and it's not long. Just fast forward it through. So after we talked about Success Club, right? We wrapped our head around, and I hope everybody is feeling a little bit better now about like that you're in control of a lot of what you're doing and that you can do it and you have the time to do it. You just have to be really, really intentional. That's the same exact thing for recruiting coaches. And I know this word recruiting scares a lot of people, but let me tell it to you this way, okay? Say you are looking for a job, any other job in the world. You decide to put your resume on LinkedIn and on Career Builder, and you're job hunting. And you're like waiting for somebody to recognize what you're doing because you feel like you're made for a bunch of jobs, but like you're not getting any bites. You haven't found that dream job yet. And then finally someone goes in your inbox and they decide that you have an awesome resume. They think you have great leadership skills and what it really takes to be a part of that business. How do you feel? You feel awesome. When you get recruited by anybody, at least I did, sometimes they're like a little bit forward, but like overall, when you get somebody tell you that you would be great fit or a perfect person for a job, you feel good. So why in the F are you scared to tell people that they would be a great fit on our team as a coach or on your team as a coach? That's what recruiting is. Identifying someone who would be great at what we do and just having the balls to tell them. What are they going to say? No, they're going to think about it. And they're probably, maybe they say yes, maybe they say no, maybe they say I want more information. But once you tell people that they would be a great fit, I guarantee you they're going to walk away feeling better about themselves. It's like handing someone a bouquet of flowers. You're giving them a gift just by telling them. How do you build a team? You keep asking. And then you keep realizing that like after you ask someone, you get all excited because what if they are interested? Well, now what are you going to do? You got to have something that lets them know what's in it for them. So that means either you make yourself a business presentation or you have a coaches or somebody else is in our network that you can send to them right away because you don't want to keep them waiting. You can schedule them on a call. A 3-way call, you can ask me to join you. I will happily join you or somebody else on the team that you think is awesome at delivering the business concept. And you let them know right away that you want to let them know what's in it for them. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's not about you. It's about the people that you want to help build a business for that to change the course of their life and their family. Because in return, that's going to help you change the course of your life. If you're not in the Rock Your Network marketing business, you are missing a huge opportunity to learn so much about the business of network marketing. I can't believe I didn't know some of this stuff. Who else is in there with me? Is that not blowing your mind, that group? It's blowing my mind. So my biggest question that I ask people, and this is as simple as this, is honestly, if you don't know what to say or how to say it, just ask, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Come here, Ava. I'm sorry. Let me say goodnight to Ava. All right. Say hi to the team. Say hi, team.
Hi, Ava. Hi. Thank you, guys. I come guys.
Okay. Love you. Go with Daddy. Good night.
Let's go get your bottle. Come on.
All right. Sorry. So my biggest question that I always ask is, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And the best way to, sorry, when they, sorry, like drama over here. Drama. Okay. So when they answer,
That's why we get along.
sorry. When they understand, you're going to immediately understand what their objection is, because they're going to be like, no, I don't have a personality like you. No, I don't have the money to start. No, I don't think I'd be good at that. I don't have a beach body. But right away, you're going to know with this open-ended question what their fear is immediately, or they're just going to ghost you. And then from there, you can use the glorious feel, felt, found, because a lot of times you're attracting the people that you already, what you went through. So like, if you're not good at the feel, felt, found method, I would recommend like practicing that with somebody. So for example, here's what you can say. This happens to me all the time. Carly, you're so confident. Like, you just have the perfect personality to be a coach. Like, oh, blow my head off. It wasn't always like this, first of all. Second of all, thank you for the compliment. I really understand how you feel, but you would not believe, I felt the same way once too, but you will not believe what I found when I joined this coaching business. I would say that 90% of the people I work with are introverts, and people are like, what? So I said, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is there's not everybody has a certain type of personality to do this coaching thing, right? And that could go for anything. It's the same way with the body, certain body types, the same with age, same with man or woman. Every shape, coaches come in every shape and size and ethnicity and age. And that's one thing that we want to just make sure people know. And then obviously have something for them to come into the business opportunity. If you're just waiting to ask about the business opportunity for sneak peeks, you're missing the boat. And if you're really looking to build a team, maybe you want to put your own business opportunity together on like your Facebook page or in Instagram lives or whatever. But just know that there's always a way to be communicating it. And if you don't have something, ask our team for it. I have a video that I use. You can make your own. I have a presentation you can use if you want to make your own. But trust me, if you just make a 5-minute little clip, it's going to really be well perceived if it's coming directly from you. And then I think this is a really big question and a really, really big thing that I had to look at like time and time again, and I still have to remind myself this, is, are you the type of leader you like to follow? Like, if you were to choose a coach, would it be you? And if not, why not? What are you not doing? What do you need to work on? Can you do it? Sure you can. Of course you can. You're awesome. You got to be your own biggest fan, dude. And you're going to attract those people that want you as a coach. You know? People that jump up like us. Those cool bitches right there. Sorry for my language. That's a funny picture. And if you aren't, this blew my mind. So Christina, this rock your network marketing business. If you're not at a point where you feel like you can do it, I get it. But just saying, you're going to be like, why didn't I do this so long ago? Christina Sellen said something that she learned from a coach, and she's sharing so much about like how she built her business in such a raw, real way. And it's all through stories, and it's amazing. And she's literally giving us the secret sauce to how to do this thing. I wish I knew about it years ago. I'm done with saying that. But she said something in this quote. She said, you're not selling a product. You're selling a dream. And I was like, literally, I thought my head was going to fly off my body, because she's so right. And every time I try to come up with posts, I'm always trying to identify like why I love my job. And a lot of the like why I love my job is because like I'm completely changed myself in so many ways. It's not about the fact that I'm showing up for Autumn's workout. It's not about that. I stay home with my daughter. And I walked away from my corporate job, which was sucking the shit out of my life. I didn't want to analyze numbers anymore. This was my dream. I'm living out my dream. And if you're not living out your dream, that's okay. But your dream might be different than mine. Your dream could be to fit in a certain pant size. You know, be confident. Maybe people like want to post selfies, but they're too scared. And that's a dream of theirs, to have a crew that would like their selfie. Guys, we sell dreams at the end of the day. People buy into our products, yes. But think about what you dream about and what you're doing now that you can't even think about that you would do before. You know, like Jamie just signed up for Insanity. A couple years ago, I bet she'd be like, no way. Like, look at that. That could be a dream for somebody to be a fitness instructor. And now they're going to look at Jamie and be like, damn, Jamie's living out a dream that I have. And they're going to watch you. So anyways, I just thought that was really cool. I have never heard that. But these are like some of my biggest tips for recruiting. I don't want you guys to think of it as this big beast. Just remember that you have such a gift to give people. That sounds so cliche, but like get intentional about it. And if you're not good at it, work on it. The only way to get better at anything, you know, getting on that Success Club leaderboard or Changing Lives leaderboard and getting people on your team is to practice. It's the only way. I hope it helped you guys in some way, shape, or form. I'm sure a lot of it was repetitive, but hey, you know, it's going to help somebody else that's watching. And it might even help somebody on your team. Does anyone have anything or have any questions? Are you excited to go after some stuff now? Maybe a little? A little?
Yeah. I have a question. You know how in Christina's group, she's talking about like, you already have your gold, like in your backyard thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So I have a friend who I think is my gold or whatever, but like you said, like just approaching that friend about the opportunity, because I think she already has a perception about what we do, is kind of like what's holding me back from like presenting it to her. So like she's a new mom and she was trying to lose weight. She's always been like a health and fitness thing, but never like she's dabbled in Beachbody, but never like, you know, completely like did a challenge pack or thing or, you know, meal plan. But she did 2B mindset, and then she was like, oh, I didn't like Shakeology. It tasted like I couldn't get over the plant-based flavor. And I was like, hey, I wish you would have talked to me about it. Like I would have made it for you, like, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
But I think she would be perfect because she already like does what we do. She, you know, she does this, but she could reap the benefits of like being on our team. I just don't know how to present it because she said something to me about Shakeology. Like, oh, I'm sorry if you were like making money off of that, off of me ordering Shakeology, but I canceled it. And I was just like, so that's kind of like pump the brakes for me from like going, you know, and like she's a good friend of mine. Like her husband's the reason I met Andy because they work together. So I'm just kind of like, how do I don't know.
So you said like 4 times you think she's perfect for it, right?
Yeah.
Have you told her that?
No.
Why the fuck not? She's gonna ask you why.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say yes. So the way I got the gold thing is not necessarily like I have a million friends like you. Like I finally sat down with my best friend at my birthday. She took me out for my birthday and I told her I wanted her to do this with me. And it took me almost 4 years. But she didn't say yes. She might be my gold, she might not be. I think it's important to know that you should keep searching until you find your gold. You don't necessarily know your gold. Because I never knew that Jackie was going to be my gold, that Lindsay Magno was going to be my gold. I never knew that Katie did. I didn't know any of them. So I wouldn't look at it as like, this person's my gold. And if I know they are, but then if you're not, like, and if they're not, then you're discouraged because they don't see the opportunity like you. You're going to know when you find your gold. Like, it's going to be so flat in front of your face. It's going to be like, you're going to be like, holy crap. And you're going to have to work with them a little bit. And then they might not even identify that they're gold right away. But that's the way I took it. So this girl could be your gold, Nat, is what I mean. But don't be discouraged if she doesn't see it as soon as you do, or maybe she doesn't take to the business like you want her to. That's one thing that I found as a coach. Like, you guys anybody on this call been through that? Like, where you're like, this person's going to be an awesome coach. And then you're like, like, that's the one thing that you learn as a leader. And it's nothing against them. It's just like you have something made up in your mind, and as you go along in this business, sometimes you just never know. So, not to discourage you, but I would tell her she's perfect for it, tell her why, and then offer her some information about it. That's what I would do.
Sounds good.
Don't be scared. What do you have to lose? She's a good friend. She's not going to think you're a dick. She's going to be like, oh, thank you. I love your videos. You make great Triller videos. I don't know what she's going to say. She probably thinks you're awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime. It's scary, though. I get it. So scary. Anybody else? 5 people. That's all you need to be a millionaire in this business. That's what Christina told us. I'm like, what? She became a millionaire with 50 coaches. 50. And only like 12 of them were working or something, because I asked her. She didn't mention it. That seems like a lot right now if you're new, but it's not. Not. Especially if all of them are discounts. And I don't know if millionaire's your goal, but I was like, what? So anyways, this group is awesome. I hope you guys learn more about network marketing. I went to business school, never even heard of network marketing. I didn't even know Beachbody was network marketing. I'm still learning about it. So it's one of those things, but people do have a perception about it. So if you have a chance to learn more about what the business is really about, I think that's going to help us all. So that's all I got, guys. I don't want to keep everybody on the call forever unless you guys have anything else you want to chat about. Anybody? Love seeing your faces. I wish we were going on a trip again soon. We should plan something. Let's go to Hawaii. Lindsay, let us know when you're in the house. We're all coming to visit.
Days, and I'm out of this hotel. 6 more days.
Yay.
So let me get the house unpacked.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Patrick leaves on Saturday for like 6 weeks. So, better yet, who wants to come next week and help me move in? That'd be fantastic.
I would. I could.
Anytime. I'll pick you up anytime. I'll take you to a luau.
Awesome. A luau. Sounds so great.
But seriously,
Okay.
you guys, if anybody ever wants to come to Hawaii, please come. Come stay with me. We can hang out. We can do some workouts in the garage. It'll be good times.
Hello. Only if I can wear a coconut bra. Then I'm in.
I'll have it waiting on your bed.
Okay. I'm kidding. I'm sure everybody has to go. Thank you guys for being here. Love you all. This is a great call. Share it with anybody you think it could help. And that's all I got.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Oh, picture. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Picture. Good call. I never remember the picture, so I'm glad you remembered.
Everybody smile. Cheese.
Peace.
All right. I'll post it in the group.
Okay, bye. Hi, Stephanie. Bye, Stephanie. I just saw you.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Oh my God, it's okay. I'm just glad you're here. I can't see anybody when I'm presenting, so.
She's screaming bloody murder until the last minute. I'm like, this is not gonna work.
All of us can relate to that. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.